Good afternoon and welcome to the Manchester Basketball Centre here in Whalley Range. We've got some WNBL action for you today in Division 1 as the Manchester Mystics are hosting the Thames Valley Cavaliers. My name's Kaz Bullock and we're due to tip off in just a couple of minutes' time. So the Manchester Mystics sitting in 8th place in the standings. 4 wins, 4 losses after a loss to Loughborough last weekend, 66-63. Success Odemwingie was the leading scorer in that one for the Mystics. 16 points, 5 rebounds and 5 steals, along with shooting 60% from the field. And Irene Abodo, the team's leading scorer, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals on 57% shooting. It was a close one. Success Odemwingie hit a 3 that cut the lead to 1 with just 27 seconds left. But after the team came back from 13 down, but they weren't able to get over the line. So looking to bounce back to get today against a very tough Thames Valley Cavaliers team. And Thames Valley, they are in 4th place so far this season. 4 wins, 3 losses. They had a double header last weekend playing against Anglia Ruskin on Saturday. A 64-38 win for them. And then last played on Sunday as part of the National Cup against the Brent Bulls. So they are on to the semi-finals with their win over Brent last weekend. And obviously Thames Valley are the defending champions. They won the National Cup last season. They beat Reading in the final. And it was an absolutely great game, a fantastic game. So they're looking to defend their title heading into the semis. And if we look at the starting lineups for both teams, so for Manchester it will be number 7 Karina Costa, number 13 Nat Furtado, number 14, not 114, Hannah Alty, number 15 Rahana Khalil, number 17 Remi Aidowu. And for Thames Valley it is number 0 Kat Goldsby, number 6 Robin Ainge, number 11 Chinwe Owunze, number 12 Ellen Trelan, and number 14 Katie Richards. Teams just about to come on court today. The Mystics playing in a sort of ready maroon, and for Thames Valley they will be in yellow. And Thames Valley are this is kind of a bit of a match-up against the younger players versus the more experienced veterans, as Thames Valley with a very, very experienced squad. Players that have played together for a long time, a lot of experience amongst them. We've seen this Mystics team first season in Division 1 after being in Division 2 last season. They've got some of the younger players on the squad. In fact, they've got quite a number of players down the bench just looking there that have just played in the under-18s semi-final against Ipswich. They've got Daisy Bryan, Alex Hernandez, Irene Abodo, Alejandra Escriva, and they've just won that semi-final, so they'll be on to the finals of the under-18 National Cup. But out on court, we're about to get things underway, so it will be Aidowu and Richards for the tip. And it's Goldsby with the first possession for Thames Valley, driving all the way, hangs in the air and drops it in. Kat Goldsby getting things off to a hot start for Thames Valley. And if you have not seen Goldsby play before, she's an absolutely fantastic player, a really explosive, exciting guard, and she is going to cause problems on defense. You see her there reaching out, nearly stealing the ball away. So definitely someone the Mystics are going to try and need to close down. Easier said than done as she gets the ball over to Ainge, who knocks down the 3. And 5 quick points for the Cavaliers. Furtado over to Costa, driving back out to Furtado. Alty moves the ball around. Costa thought about the shot. 6 seconds on the clock. Back to Furtado. 4 seconds to go. Furtado driving. Shot doesn't go and it's Ainge with the rebound. Ainge passes over. Owunze inside against Furtado. Doesn't get it to go. Alty bats that away back into the hands of Thames Valley as Ainge long pass over to Owunze. She tries the 3, spins out, and Aidowu chasing down for the rebound, but it's Owunze who gets there, draws the contact, and is going to head to the foul line, fighting for the possession. Chinwe Owunze, part of that team that won the National Cup back in January this year. She's currently 9th in the league in points per game, averaging 14.8 so far this season, as the first free throw doesn't drop. Second one bounces out, but she chases it down. Can't keep it with Thames Valley though, as Costa gets it, tries to get it over to Khalil. It'll go the other way, so turnover Manchester. Goldsby against Costa, over to Ainge. Ainge working against Dalty. Manchester having gone for a slightly bigger lineup starting than normal this week. Ainge for three, knocks it down. Manchester, well, and that will be another turnover for the Mystics, and coach Rob Fairley wants a time-out to talk things over. We've got 7:58 to play here in the first, and it's an 8-0 Thames Valley lead. With Robin Ainge leading the way so far for Thames Valley. 6 points for her. Kat Goldsby also dropping into Robin Ainge, 2 of 2 from the three-point line. And she's a dangerous shooter. You need to try and close her down. Don't give her a bit of daylight, or she's going to make you pay. So for the Mystics, this is their first season in Division 1. As I mentioned earlier, they were in Division 2 last season, were promoted. And for Thames Valley, a team that we're used to seeing in Division 1, a team that have had such an impressive have such an impressive program as they have throughout the years. The players, the calibre of players as well that they have in the squad, and they attract to the program. And it's also strange for me to see a Thames Valley team out there without Faith Quosa, as we're so used to seeing her play, and we do miss seeing Faith out on court. But back out here today, it's an 8-0 Thames Valley lead. Goldsby to Ainge, gets it back. Ainge at the top of the arc, looking round the outside. Tough move inside from Trelan, as she was almost triple teamed by the Mystics, and Ellen Trelan, an incredibly tough player to stop inside. She's averaging 11.6 points per game, 11.1 rebounds. She was the MVP in that National Cup final, and part of the Division 1 Team of the Year, as Karina Costa's shot bounces out and Trelan grabs the rebound. Iwunze keeps it alive and gets it over to Ainge. Another quick 2 points from the Cavaliers. Khalil, she's doubled, and that's a foul called on the floor. That will be on Ainge. That's her first team foul on the Cavaliers. Khalil with the inbound. Rohana Khalil, previously with the Stockport Lapwings. She was the winner of the National Cup a couple of years ago in that epic game between the Division 2 Stockport Lapwings and the Division 1 Solent Kestrels. Stockport coming out on top of that one, and Rohana Khalil, such an experienced player, a great veteran, does a lot of coaching throughout the academy, throughout the Mystics program as well. A fantastic player to have on court for some of these younger players to learn from. That pass is intercepted, and Iwunze hands it off. Goldsby with the pull-up, can't get it to go. Iwunze's there for the rebound, puts it back in. An offensive bud, and those second chance points so crucial. Chinua Iwunze working so hard underneath the basket. Costa manages to keep it in, gets it over to Idowu. Brian round to Alti. Alti with the long two, knocks it down. And that's the first point on the board for the Mystics. Thames Valley will have a substitution, so Kat Goldsby heads to the bench and Aoife Ryan checking into the game for the first time. The Mystics picking up full court here. As it's Escriva into the game for the first time for Manchester. He's going against Ryan. Ryan hands it off. Ainge driving all the way. Kicks it out. And last touch on that for the Cavaliers, so the Mystics get the ball back. Out of bounds, it will be end line ball, Manchester. So Holly Bryan on the inbound, gets it into Alti underneath the basket, working against Trelan. Escriva there, hands it off to Costa. Alti saves that one in, 6 seconds on the shot clock. Manchester need to get something up here as Holly Bryan drives, long hook shot. Doesn't get it to go. Idowu with the pop back, and it just pops out. That's so unlucky. Ball was halfway down the hoop and then came back out again. Trelan against Bryan. Long pass over. Picked off by Escriva. She's got Karina ahead of her. And Ainge steals it back the other way for the Cavaliers. And runs into Idowu, who will be called for the foul. So substitution as Hayley Miller checks in for Thames Valley. And it's going to be Ainge at the line. Robin Ainge in her second season with Thames Valley, previously with the Leicester Riders in the WBBL. And playing with the Loughborough Riders in Division 1, and also familiar face from up here as well, as she played for the Stockport Lapwings in Division 2 a few years ago. Currently 9th in assists per game in the league so far. 3.5 as she knocks down the second free throw. Another substitution for the Cavaliers as we see Noemi Nacera checking in. And Robin Ainge heading to the bench. Ainge with 7 points in the game so far. Daisy Bryan for the Mystics. Over to Costa. Costa driving. It's knocked out, but it'll stay with Manchester. Daisy Bryan on the inbound. Daisy Bryan, part of that under-18s team that just made it through from the semi-final into the finals, hit a big shot. The time running down to winning that one. Ewunze on to Ryan. It's picked off there by Costa. Ball's loose. Picked up by Richards. Hands it over to Lucera. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Lucera driving. Over to Miller, shot doesn't go. Escriva working her way through. Over to Holly Bryan, who drives to the basket and puts it in. Sarah. Ewunze at the three-point line, into Miller. Miller with the turn, can't get it to go. Thames Valley doing a good job with the offensive rebounds in this game. If it's not dropping, they're positioned really well to get the ball underneath the basket. And as I mentioned before, second chance points, so crucial. As Chinwe Ewunze heads to the bench. Miller that is a shot clock violation. So some good D there from the Mystics, forcing the shot clock to run down. Mystics moving the ball around the outside. Costa's three's up, skims the front of the rim. Another chance for Manchester as Costa drives all the way and drops it in. (15-6), Thames Valley lead here. We've got 3:20 to play in the first. Lucera against Bryan. Passes it over to Ainge. Ainge driving, hands it off. Shot's no good there. It's Lucera with the rebound. It's intercepted by Bryan. Lucera working so hard, one of the smaller players on the court, but she's getting in there, grabbing those rebounds. As Remy Idowu at the other end does the same. Costa. Three doesn't go. And Bryan and Lucera fighting for the rebound. And you can see there, Noemi Lucera just working so hard underneath the basket. And that's, you know, you get your hands on the ball, forces a jump ball, it might not go your way next time, but it just shows the hustle, the heart that she's got playing. As Idowu looks to get it over, long pass to Escriva, spins out to Bryan. Three doesn't go. Idowu with another offensive board. Idowu tries to put it back in, can't get that to go. And it's Lucera racing down the court, going all the way. Doesn't get the basket to drop, but she will head to the free throw line for a chance for two. So 2 free throws to come for Noemi Lucera. First one doesn't go. Second is good. Takes the Cavaliers to a 10-point lead, 16-6. As we see Isha Naya checking in for Manchester. Alex Escriva heading to the bench. Daisy Bryan over to Holly Bryan. Nearly intercepted as Costa with the floater. Too strong off the glass, and Naya dives in for the rebound, gets it over to Bryan. Back out to Karina Costa for three, and it's not going to go. We got a wedgie. Someone's going to have to jump up and knock that down. Let's see if we've got anyone bouncy in the gym to get it up. No, they're going to go for it. They're going to use the ball to knock it out. As we see Irene Aboado checking into the game for Manchester for the first time. Again, another player who's just played not even about 40 minutes ago, finishing in that under-18s game. Down on court, leading scorer for the team this season. Such an exciting young player with a really, really bright future ahead of her. She works against the Mergelina. Ryan, and it's just out of bounds. Last touch, Cavaliers. Just under 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Bryan, over to Holly Bryan, driving the baseline, stops, swings it down. Irene Aboado, three is up and bounces out, but it's Idowu diving in for the rebound as she spins. Can't get the friendly roll on that one. That's really unlucky. Good luck for Idowu as Lucera sets things up for the Cavaliers. Another for Thames Valley as Davis Mpesa drops it in underneath the basket. Oh, apologies, that's Samoy. I've got the wrong number written down. That was Samoy dropping that basket in for Thames Valley on that last possession. Lucera hands it off. Ryan working against Odemwingie. And got a foul on the floor. No, that's a double dribble call on the Cavaliers, so the Mystics get the ball back. 49.7 to play here in the first. Aboado over to Odemwingie. And it's going to be last touch, Thames Valley. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Apologies, that's last touch. Mystics, it's Thames Valley ball. To Mergelina against Bryan. Over to Lucera. Ryan tries a three, doesn't drop. Bryan with a rebound, gets it over to Daisy Bryan. Mystics can hold for the last shot here. Aboado against Miller. Aboado driving to the basket, gets the contact, and she's going to head to the free throw line. And Irene Aboado this season, 12.5 points per game at 4.8 rebounds. Assist as well, shooting 42% from the field. She's had some big games so far this season. As her first shot is short. And the second one rolls out. It's Miller with the rebound. Sarah, she is fast. Oh, nice pass inside. It's just picked up by Daisy Bryan. As we have a foul, and that will be on Nucera. It's just her third team foul for the Cavaliers this quarter. We've got 4.2 seconds left, so it's going to have to be a quick shot here for the Mystics. Inbounding from the backcourt. Need to get it over the line. Get a quick look. Bryan into Bryan. It's picked up. Holly Bryan, and that doesn't go. So at the end of the first quarter, it is the Thames Valley Cavaliers 18 and the Manchester Mystics 6. Thames Valley having been led in scoring by Robin Ainge, who has 7 points. And then spreading the scoring around as well. Several players on 2 points. Katie Richards with 3 rebounds alongside Ellen Trelan, who has 3 rebounds as well. Now for Manchester, Karina Costa, Hannah Alty and Holly Bryan all on 2 points apiece. Remy Ido with 4 rebounds and 4 offensive rebounds at that. So the Mystics, after this game, they are playing away to the Reading Rockets on Sunday the 10th of December. Their next home game will be on January the 7th against the City of Birmingham Rockets at 5:30. So if you're in the Manchester area, come down and check that out. That's always a good game, always a great game against the City of Birmingham Rockets. They've come up against each other quite a few times over the last couple of seasons, and it's always a good one to watch. And for Thames Valley, they are at home to the Brent Bulls next Sunday on the 10th of December in a rematch of last weekend's quarter-final of the National Cup. So make sure to check that one out as well. Brent Bulls with some players that we know from up here in Manchester. Vanessa Accra, very familiar with Mystics fans. She's out in playing for Brent this season. So teams coming back out on court. We get ready to start the second quarter. So it's going to be Manchester ball to start things off as Irene Oboado will take the inbound. Thames Valley doing a really good job defensively. You can see them picking up their players. Their defense is really smothering as Oboado drives all the way to the basket. Left-handed layup doesn't go. And it's Miller that grabs the board. Ryan's three doesn't drop. Tips into the hands of Hannah Alty. Fighting with Miller for it. And Alty gets it over to Naya. And Odemwingie to Oboado on the baseline. Oboado drops it in. That's a good start to the quarter for the Mystics. Leads down to 10. Ryan setting things up for the Thames Valley. Mergelina inside on the free throw line. Samoy inside to Miller, and that doesn't go, but she's going to go to the foul line. Hayley Miller playing in her first season with the Thames Valley Cavaliers this year. She spent 8 seasons with the Sevenoaks Suns in the WBBL. A real veteran player and a winner. We know how much that Sevenoaks team have won throughout the years in the WBBL. As the first free throw doesn't go. And for a player like Hayley Miller, being able to bring that experience down as well, bring it to Thames Valley, share it with your teammates and maybe some of the younger players as well. It's so invaluable for players to be able to share that experience. As the second free throw rolls in. Helen Trellan checking in to the game, and Miller heads to the bench. So Thames Valley picking up full court here, really putting the pressure on defensively. Success, Odemwingie working against Samoy. And Samoy forcing the backcourt violation. You see there just the pressure that she's putting on, making it difficult for players to get around her. Trellan. Ryan in the corner for three. Bounces out, Odemwingie with the rebound. Odemwingie, long pass over. Just a bit of a miscommunication on that one as it goes out of bounds. Kimberly Wilkes and Robin Ainge back in for Thames Valley. They have a chance to increase their lead. Yeah, they're up by 11 in the second quarter. Mergelina hands it off to Wilkes. Wilkes, breaks free, drives to the basket, can't get it to go, gets her own rebound. Get that one to go, and it's Khalil that grabs it. She's got Oboado ahead of her. She's going to go all the way, doesn't get it to drop. The Mystics, we've seen them play, we know they're a fast team and they like to get out into transition. They're doing a good job of that, just not being able to finish at the rim on some of those plays. Another offensive board for the Cavaliers. Samoy into Trellan. A nice spin move. Ball doesn't drop, but she gets her own offensive rebound. And she's fouled as she tries to put it back in. As Nat Furtado comes in for the Manchester Mystics. So 10 offensive rebounds for the Thames Valley Cavaliers so far. The Mystics 8. Alty to Khalil. Khalil directing traffic. Round to Oboado. Turns and fires the three. Just grazes the rim, and it's knocked out there by Thames Valley. So the Mystics get another chance. Alty hands it off to Khalil. Khalil driving. And a foul on the floor. going to be on to Mergelina. That's her first. So Khalil at the end line, looking to get it in. Furtado's there. You see that the swarming defence from Thames Valley, they're doubling players. As that three doesn't go, Trellan grabs the rebound. Thames Valley doing a really, really good job defensively so far. Ainge passes inside, it's knocked out. I think Aboado got a hand on that one as Odin Wingy comes racing up the court all the way. And it's a double dribble call. So ball goes back the way of the Cavaliers. Dominic Davis Mpesa into the game for the first time for Thames Valley. As it's AJ against the Boado. Mergelina over to Wilkes. Wilkes steps back for three and banks it in. That's a huge shot from Wilkes. 22 points for the Cavaliers. Furtado inside to Alti. Tries to get it over to Khalil, who manages to save it in. And you see that again, the miss has been doubled on every possession as they're passing the ball around. That's a foul on Khalil. She puts her hand up and says, yep, that's me. And Thames Valley, just as soon as the Mystics get inside, they just drop back, provide that coverage, and make it really difficult to either get the shot up or pass out of it. So Kat Goldsby checking back in. Eight. Wilkes. Davis Mpesa can't get it to go. And that's just going to be out of bounds as Ellen Trellan tried to save it in but couldn't quite. So 5:47 to go here in the second quarter. Costa. She's bumped on that, so foul on the floor. Just the second team foul on the Cavaliers. And Karina Costa again, another one of the players having played in the under-18s game just before this one. Khalil works her way inside, going against Trellan, and you can see how difficult she makes it for players to get past her, using her size, using that wingspan, as Goldsby drives all the way, hangs in the air and drops it in. Let's get a highlight reel of Kat Goldsby's hang time, please. 16-point lead for the Cavaliers. Alti can't get the shot to go. Thames Valley really playing with pace here. As Goldsby drives against Costa. Crossover, step back, puts it in. Manchester wants a timeout after that Thames Valley run. Kat Goldsby with back-to-back buckets. She's got 6 so far in the game. And Robin Ainge leading the way with 7 points for the Thames Valley Cavaliers. So we got 4:54 to play here in the first half, a 26-8 lead for the Thames Valley Cavaliers. And as I mentioned earlier, the Mystics' first season in Division 1.
making a bit of a change from the Division 2 squad they had. Having younger players playing up, as I mentioned, the majority of the under 18 squad represented, and a lot of things for this young team to take from this game, to learn from the experience of playing in Division 1, playing against the teams and the players that we have on display in Division 1 in this country. And it's an experience for them, definitely. Costa hands it off to Alti. Furtado gets it at the top of the key. Furtado with a long hook shot, doesn't get it to go. Brian's there underneath the basket for the rebound. Out to Furtado, swings it round. Costa, left-handed layup. That's a difficult shot for Karina Costa. It takes the Mystics to 10. Goldsby, a great pass. And Davis Mpesa is fouled on that shot. Goldsby seeming to hook the ball around the Mystics players to get it inside. Davis Mpesa will head to the line. Shooting at 50% from the free throw line so far this season. The first shot is good. Second one bounces out, but it's Trelan with the rebound. Can't finish on the putback. It's into the hands of Holly Bryan. To Alti in the corner. Over to Costa. She's got Ainge on her. Costa with the short jumper. That doesn't go. Davis Mpesa. And the shot doesn't fall. Just drove to the basket. It's picked up by Daisy Bryan. Bryan, you see that again as the Cavaliers are called for the foul, but you see that immediately as soon as the player gets the ball. You've got two players from the Cavaliers rushing over, double teaming, just making it really difficult for the Mystics to get that pass off, get some space. And that's the experience. These players showing their experience, having played together. Daisy Bryan looks to hand it off. Asante backs it up. And at the end of the shot clock, that's going to be a violation. So the Cavaliers will get the ball as Katie Richards checks back in. Goldsby against Costa. Pass there, just through the fingertips of Ainge. So the Mystics will get the ball back. Chinua Awunze back in for the Cavaliers. Robin Ainge leading the team in scoring with 7 points. Heads to the bench. Costa driving, kicks it out to Bryan in the corner. The floater doesn't go. And it's Richards there using a height to get the ball over. Zawunze. Round to Richards driving. Nice handoff underneath the basket to Trelan. Can't finish, gets her own offensive board. Can't put it back in, but it's going to stay with the Cavaliers. Katie Richards is pumped up inside. As Remy Idowu subs in, Hannah Alty heading to the bench for Manchester. Goldsby to Wilkes, and it's just out of bounds. So Manchester get the chance to cut into this lead here. Although Thames Valley with the height advantage we see. Bryan to Costa off the glass, doesn't go. Bryan with the rebound, and Goldsby jumps in, gets a hand on it, and it's going to be a jump ball, so that goes the way of Thames Valley. Just over 2 minutes to play here in the half. Goldsby against Costa. It's picked up by Wilkes. Nice pass inside to Owunze, can't finish. Richards comes away with it. Goldsby driving against Costa, turns, spins, hangs in the air, gets it to go. Kat Goldsby is such an exciting player to watch. There's a long pass over to Richards. Just comes off the leg of a Manchester player. And Thames Valley wanted timeout. Josh Goddard calling the timeout there. So with 1:33 left to play in the half, it is Thames Valley Cavaliers 29 at the Manchester Mystics 10. And Kat Goldsby leading all scorers with 8 points so far in the game. Shooting 4 of 5 from the field, 80%, 2 rebounds, 2 assists to go along with that in just 8 minutes of play. And Goldsby in her 4th season for Thames Valley. She's been stepping into the head coach and assistant coaching role for the club when needed, doing a great job as co-coach this season. Such a leader on the team. Again, part of that National Cup winning squad last season. She's currently 10th in points per game in the league, 6th in assists per game, and 1st in steals per game with 4.9. I said, watch her. She reads those passing lanes so well. She's so quick, has such a quick read that she's such a difficult player to play against because she guards you so closely. So end-line ball for the Cavaliers, and it will be Goldsby to inbound. It's into Richards, hands it off. Goldsby gets it back, fade away, doesn't drop. Sante picks it up for the Mystics. It's picked off. Richards, she's doubled out to Owunze. Stepping through, Goldsby outside, 3 is up and nothing but net. Kat Goldsby with 11 points in the game so far. Mystics looking to answer here. Bryan round to a Escriva. And that's a travel call on Manchester as Ishanea checks back in. Under a minute to play here in the first half. Goldsby against Bryan, hands it off to Owunze. Wilkes. Good to go inside. Shots up, doesn't go. Escriva. Escriva with space. And she knocks down the 3. Alex Escriva with a big 3 for Manchester. It's the first points of the game. Goldsby at the other end, and it's just excuse me, it's just knocked out of bounds. So the Cavaliers will get it back. Richards into Trelan.
turns, spins. Can't get that to fall. And that's Remy Idowu as well, doing a really good job for the Mystics. Just her presence as well, able to match up height-wise with Trelan inside, and Idowu just making her presence difficult to shoot around. 6 seconds to go. Escriva driving all the way to the basket. Can't get it to go. Nail with the rebound. And that will do it for the end of the first half. Thames Valley 32, Manchester 13. And leading all scorers is Kat Goldsby with 11 points. Shooting 71% from the field, knocking down a 3, 2 rebounds, 2 assists as well. And Ellen Trelen has 2 points, 7 rebounds, 4 of them offensive. And Katie Richards as well, doing a good job on the boards, 5 rebounds to go along with her 2 points in the game so far. And for Manchester, leading the way, it is Karina Costa on 4 points with a couple of rebounds, and Remy Idowu has 4 rebounds as well. So we're going to take a quick break for half time, and we'll be back with you in around 10 minutes time. Welcome back to the Manchester Basketball Centre here in Whalley Range. Getting ready for the second half between the Manchester Mystics and the Thames Valley Cavaliers. Thames Valley currently with a 32-13 lead over Manchester. They've been led by a huge first half from Kat Goldsby, 11 points for her, leading all scorers. And Vincent Dondane in the comments, yes, Kat has been fantastic this first half. She's an incredible player, always very exciting to watch. As we come back on court, so for the Mystics, some work to do here in the second half against a very tough, very experienced Thames Valley team. It's going to be first possession with the Cavaliers as Goldsby passes it over to Richards. Trelan against Idowu, great pass inside underneath the basket, and Ewunze is fouled. She's going to go to the free throw line. Shot's good. That takes her to 3 points in the game so far. Averaging 14.8 this season, along with 7.9 rebounds as she hits the second and goes 2 of 2 from the line. Leads up to 21 for Thames Valley. Furtado. Round to Aboado for 3. Spins down. Trelan grabs the rebound. Goldsby for Thames Valley. Richards turns and shoots. That one doesn't go. You see there Trelan pressuring the ball at the other end and forces the turnover. Helen Trelan doing a really, really good job defensively. The Cavaliers will get the ball back. Ainge there against Odin Wingy. Pass inside, it's picked off by Daisy Bryan. She's going to have to slow things down. Into Idowu, driving the baseline, and it's just going to be a step out of bounds as she tried to work her way around Trelan. Goldsby picks it back up. She's got a Aboado on her. Round to Ewunze. Ainge, she hit a couple of threes in the first quarter. As Richards underneath the basket. She's going to be fouled. And that is on Idowu. That's her first. That is going to send Katie Richards to the free throw line. Richards shooting just under 53% from the line so far this season, as the first one doesn't go. A player that spent time with the Sevenoaks Suns in the WBBL. Alongside a teammate, Hayley Miller. And the second one rolls out. Furtado grabs the rebound. Set things up here. Idowu hands it off to Odin Wingy. To Furtado. Long pass over to Bryan at the 3-point line. Bryan driving against Ainge. Ainge nearly got a hand on that to knock it away. Round to Odin Wingy. Long two is good. That's success at Wingy's first points of the game. Ewunze. Ball's out. Again, Thames Valley doubling, putting the pressure on defensively. Odin Wingy hands it over to Furtado underneath the basket and lays it in. It's nearly kept inside
favour the Mystics, but it will go with Thames Valley. So once they pass it into Ainge. Ainge. To Goldsby. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Ainge around the outside. Stops and fires for 3. Knocks it down. Robin Ainge with 10 points in the game so far. And Katie Richards steals it away, passes it over to Owunze, driving and drops it in. A 20-point lead for the Cavaliers. Hannah Alty getting ready to come back into the game as Remy Idowu heads to the bench for Manchester. Great team pack, that under-18s coaching squad. Alongside some of the players that she's playing with on today's game. It's Furtado, passes out to Alty, and Alty with a short jumper. Mystics picking up full court here. Passes out. Owunze puts up the 3. It doesn't go. Aboado's there for the rebound. It's almost picked off by Owunze. It is Owunze who comes up with it. And a travel call at the end of that. As Chinwe Owunze really working hard, chasing down the ball after the shot. But it's the Mystics that end up with it. Boado over to Furtado. Ball's out off Thames Valley. So it stays with the Mystics. Daisy Bryan on the inbounds. Furtado. Bryan gets it back against Richards. Mismatch there, Richards got the height advantage. Aboado spins against Goldsby, drives baseline, puts it in off the glass. What a move from Irene Aboado. Ainge. Trelan out to Richards. Richards round to Ainge. Back inside, 4 seconds to go. Owunze hangs underneath the basket and Trelan puts it in at the buzzer to take Thames Valley to 41. Odin Wingy. Aboado inside working against Goldsby. No basket, but that is going to send Aboado to the line for 2. And we'll have a timeout, Thames Valley. So the Cavaliers with a 20-point lead here in the third quarter. We've got 5:49 to play. And they have been led by Kat Goldsby with 11 points, 2 rebounds and 2 assists. Robin Ainge, she's got 10 points, going 3 of 3 from behind the arc and adding in a rebound as well. Ellen Trelan with 2 points and 9 rebounds, 4 of them offensive. And as I mentioned before, the Thames Valley Cavaliers doing a really good job on the offensive boards. 17 offensive rebounds to Manchester's 10. Out rebounding them 36 to 25. They do look, from the eye test, they do look to have that height advantage inside. And they've been doing a really good job crashing the boards all game long. And for Manchester, it is Irina Aboado and Karina Costa on 4 points each. Remy Idowu grabbing those 4 offensive rebounds. So teams coming back on court. Is Irene Aboado at the line. last season when the Manchester Mystics played against Richmond. Also the under-16 MVP in the Junior National Cup. The Mystics won that against Ipswich. She knocks down both free throws. That takes her to 6 points. Goldsby against Abodo. And that's a bump from Alty. That's going to be a foul. That's the second team foul on the Mystics this quarter. Third foul on Hannah Alty. Page looks to get it in. Does to Richards. Bodo picks her up. Richards looking to kick it out. Page. Intercepted there by Daisy Bryan. Furtado almost loses it, but Daisy Bryan picks it up, and Abodo swings it out, ball's loose, Richards comes up with it. And foul was called on the Mystics. That's on Nat Furtado, her second. So Mystics on 14 fouls. We've got just over 5 minutes to play. So they need to be careful not to get that fifth one, and you don't want to send Thames Valley to the line for the rest of the quarter. As Daisy Bryan dives on the loose ball alongside Katie Richards, and the Mystics get the ball back. Daisy Bryan has been doing a really good job in this game of just trying to put some pressure on. Defensive Player of the Year for the North in the WNBL last season. She's a player that may not have a super high scoring game, but the impact that she has defensively and off the ball can't look past. The Boado loses that, and it's Ewunse that picks it up. She's got Trellan to her right, over to Goldsby with the short jumper. Nice pass from Abodo inside to Alty, and she's fouled from behind. And that is on Trellan. So that's going to send Alty to the line, and Hayley Miller will check in, and then Trellan heading to the bench for the Cavaliers. His first shot short, averaging 5.7 points per game at 5 rebounds so far this season. She's been part of the Mystics program for a very long time, came up through the Mystics, and now part of the coaching staff. The second shot doesn't go. Page working against Furtado, hands it off to Goldsby. Page threes up, and it's good. 4 of 4 from behind the arc for Robin Age. She is on fire. Screamer going against Richards, and that's going to be a foul on Katie Richards. Just her first and the third team foul on the Cavaliers this quarter. So as Kat Goldsby heads to the bench, and Carlota de Mergelina checks in, Alex Escriva will be at the line. And Alex, having had some WBBL experience playing up for the Manchester Met Mystics last season, also playing under 18s this season. WNBL as she hits the first free throw. And the second. Ewunse against Odin Wingy, hands it off. 8.
Owunze, three is up, rolls out, she chases down her own rebound, tries to put it back in, can't do it, but it's Merglina that comes up with it. Owunze, baseline, hangs in the air, and draws the foul. And Chinua Owunze, how many times has she done that? She's shot, and if she knows it's not going to go in, she's chased it down, and she's working so hard, chasing after every loose ball, forcing those jump balls. And she's back at the free throw line. And the first is good. Go, and it's going to be Mystics ball. Odumungi, nice pass over to Alti. As Odumungi gets it back and drives it inside. It's Ainge for the Cavaliers. Down to the Merglina. Merglina gets it back, short jumper, and it's good. Again, Thames Valley putting the pressure on, double teaming Escriva. It's nearly stolen away. It is stolen away by Owunze, who drives all the way and puts it in. And that's 5 steals in the game for Chinua Owunze. She had a 9 in last week's game against Brent. 9, yes, 9 steals as Alti at the other end tries to put it back in. And it knocked out, so it stays with Thames Valley. And again, that's why this Thames Valley team are such a difficult prospect. We've got so many players who are just going to make it really difficult to get the pass off that you want, as Essie Asante checks in and Success Odumungi goes to the bench for Manchester. Screamer, great pass into Alti underneath the basket, who finishes. Just over 2 to play here in the third. Ainge against Asante. Gets it back. Richards. Merglina with the floater, doesn't go. Richards grabs it, tries to put it back in, and ball is going to be touched last by the Cavaliers, so Manchester will get it back. Costa to Naya. Escriva found space inside, it's knocked out there. Good hands from Thames Valley, as when they're knocking the ball away, managed to tap it off one of the Manchester players, and they'll get the ball back. The Merglina gets it back. Combination's been fantastic this game. Leading all scorers along with Pat Walter with 13 points. 18, 4 at 4 from 3. Let's make it. Let's see if we can make it 5 at 5. We can't, as Owunze again in the right place at the right time underneath the basket, puts it back in. And lead is up to 26 for Thames Valley here in the third quarter. Alti passes to Escriva, nice cut there from Costa. Can't finish the layup, and it's Miller with the rebound. Richards going against Escriva, stops, turns, hands it off to Miller. And turnover there for Thames Valley. Escriva to Costa. Naya driving inside, out to Costa. Tries to find some space. Back out to Alti. Shots up, and we got another wedgie. I think Katie Richardson was trying to bounce it out. We're going to get another ball, try and knock it out. So, leading scorers: Thames Valley, Kat Goldsby, Robin Ainge, 13 points each. And Ellen Trelen adding in 4 with 10 rebounds. For the Mystics, it is Hannah Alty and Irina Bodo on 6 points each. We have 23 seconds to play left in the third quarter. Ainge to Wunze. Nice handoff underneath the basket as Miller just lays it in. That is out of bounds with 2.5 to go, but it will be Mystics ball. So you've got to kind of get it in, catch and shoot. You want to get it into the front court if you can. Alti gets it, and she's just going to hold on to it at the end of the third quarter. So at the end of the third, it is Thames Valley 55, Manchester 27 as we head into the fourth quarter. Thames Valley having been putting on a show today defensively. 10 steals so far in the game for them. And Chinua Ewunze has 5 of them. She saw her 9 last week and was like, oh, I'm going to try and make that a weekly thing. Very, very impressive showing from Thames Valley on the court today. They're a very tough team. There's a reason they're 4th in Division 1. Why they're into the semi-finals of the National Cup as they look to defend their title. And they'll be drawn against either the Sheffield Hatters, the Reading Rockets, or there's still a game between Ipswich and Kohler to be played. So they will be the 4 remaining teams in the National Cup when the semi-finals take place. Thames Valley definitely looking forward to that one, hoping to make it back to Manchester at the National Basketball Performance Centre for the National Cup Finals in January. And you can get your tickets for that on the Basketball England website. It's going to be a great event. You have the Junior Finals, the Junior National Cup Finals on the Saturday, and then it'll be the Senior Finals on the Sunday. Always a really great atmosphere, great experience, lots of basketball to be seen over the weekend, so grab your tickets, head over to the Basketball England website. So teams coming back out on court. Manchester with some work to do here in the fourth quarter. To try and cut into this lead as much as they can. That third quarter there, the best quarter of the game so far for the Mystics, which is what you need to look at. If you have a deficit like this, you want to try and improve each quarter. You want to try and take it possession by possession, try and set yourself a goal, win this first minute, win this second minute, take it bit by bit. And there's always a lot of opportunities and experience you can take from this. You can play a real life game situation, try some different rosters, try some different lineups. Players get that experience against playing against a really, really high caliber team as Thames Valley are. So it'll be Khalil. Hands it off to Furtado. Abodo driving inside. She's blocked there. Furtado gets a hand on it and sends it back the other way with Khalil. Furtado to Aboado. It's just out of bounds, so it will go back with Thames Valley. So Sarah back in on the ball for the Cavaliers. Made a real impact in the first half. Ryan to Mergelina. That float is short. Furtado pulls it down. So Manchester a chance to reset. Brian against Ryan. Round to Aboado. Brian over to Furtado. Got 6 seconds on the shot clock. Time running down here for Manchester. Furtado driving. Passes back out to Khalil. And as the time expires, there'll be a turnover for the Mystics. Ryan. Working against Furtado. Miller. Pass inside, underneath the basket. Mergelina can't get it to go. It's Khalil that picks it up for Manchester. Khalil around to Idowu. Brian's in the corner. Drives baseline, swings it round. Aboado. Shot is up, and that is good. That's a long 2. And that takes Irene Aboado to 8 points. The other end. Sarah into Miller. Miller backing down Brian. Gets her own offensive rebound, and Khalil jumps in for it, forces the jump ball call. It will stay with Thames Valley. Foul call. It's going to be on Noemi Nucera. So Manchester get the ball back. Khalil into Idowu against Miller. Idowu turns and fires. Gets it to go, and that's a tough shot for Remi Idowu. Over Hayley Miller as she gets it to go. Sarah chases it down as Thames Valley want a timeout to talk things over. So 7 minutes, 3 to go here in the fourth quarter. Thames Valley with a commanding 55-31 lead. The Mystics having done a good job this quarter, outscoring Thames Valley 6-0, coming off that 14-point third quarter, their best of the game. And that's what you want to do, especially when you have a younger team as well. You want to build on the successes that you have throughout the game. And it's a long season, there's still a lot of basketball to go. Manchester currently at 4-4. And Thames Valley at 4-3. Looking like they will increase that to 5-3. So Manchester will next be back at home in January in the new year on the 7th. That will be against the City of Birmingham Rockets at 5:30 p.m. So if you're in the Manchester area, head down, come and support the team. If not, you can catch the game live on the Manchester Magic and Mystics YouTube channel. We'll be bringing you all the home games for the Division 1 Mystics throughout the season. For the Thames Valley Cavaliers, they will be hosting the Brent Bulls next Sunday, the 10th of December, in a rematch of that quarter-final, where they beat the Brent Bulls to head into the semis of the National Cup. But now back on court, it is Thames Valley ball. Sarah. She's so fast, such a fast player. You can see her there, speeds down the court. It's Khalil for the Mystics. Gets it over to Brian. Brian inside looking for some help. Out to Khalil. Round to Furtado. Brian. That three doesn't go. Khalil fights inside for the rebound and taps it into the hands of Furtado. So another chance at the offense for the Mystics. Khalil against Miller. Brian in the corner, 2 seconds, needs to get something up. It's intercepted by Owunze. That's a sick steal as she goes all the way against Furtado. And balls, no call on that one as Furtado and Owunze are on the floor. Furtado looked to take the charge. No call was made. The ball is staying with Thames Valley. So just resetting here, it's going to stay with Thames Valley. There was no call on that play. Refs just stopping as we had two players on the floor. As Owunze heads to the bench. Davis and Pessa gets in for her. Davis and Pessa driving. Comes up against two mixed players and force the travel ball. It's Mystics ball with just over 6 minutes to play here. Brian is doubled, needs some help. Over to Khalil, and that's going to be a backcourt violation, and you see there again Thames Valley putting the pressure on defensively, bringing that double team. As soon as one of the players touches the ball, they're out to them. Obviously that will leave one of the Mystics players unguarded, but if you can't get the ball out around them, it's been a tactic that's working very well for Thames Valley so far this game. As Miller inside gets the whistle. And that is foul number 3 on that Furtado. Haley Miller is at the line. First shot's no good. And the second rolls out for Miller. It's the Medellina with the rebound. Tries to get it over to Ryan and it's just knocked down. Manchester ball. Brian, round to Aboado. Aboado stepping inside, makes some space, too strong off the glass. And it's Lucera that comes up with it. She's fouled and she's driving. So that'll be on Aboado. That's her second, and just the second team foul for the Mystics this quarter. So a sideline ball, Thames Valley. West is setting things up. Medellina working against Idowu. Back into the hands of Nuesa. Into Miller. Foul, so that's going to send her back to the free throw line as she goes against Daisy Bryan underneath the basket. And that is Bryan's second foul. A success. Onumwingi subs into the game. Irene Aboado heading to the bench for Manchester. Aboado leading the Mystics in scoring with 8 points. Miller's first shot doesn't go. good though. That is the first point for the Cavaliers this quarter. As Hayley Miller heads to the bench. And then Trellan checks back in. Trellan has been a problem on the boards for the Mystics in today's game. Manchester swinging the ball around, and that's a quick foul on Trellan. The end line ball for Manchester. Sideline ball. Khalil. And looking to hand it off, gets it to Furtado. 6 seconds on the shot clock, Khalil gets it back. Davis Mpesa with the good defense there from Davis Mpesa. You just look at the pressure she puts on. Again, forces the turnover. Looking like Manchester get a shot off here. And Rahana Khalil heads to the bench. Isha Naya in for Manchester. 56-31. Thames Valley lead here in the fourth quarter. Just under 5 minutes to play. Out to Ryan. Ryan driving inside, finds some space. That was a great move from Aoife Ryan, driving underneath the Mystics. She does draw the foul, but found a way to get to the basket. That's Kimberly Wilkes. Comes in for Thames Valley. Carlotta de Mergelina goes to the bench. Aoife Ryan, having previously played in Ireland for the NUI Galway Mystics last season, she was their captain, and they were the Division 1 National Cup winners out in Ireland. As her first free throw is good. Second, also good, 2 of 2 from the line. Gets her on the scoreboard for today's game. And with that, actually, that means all the Thames Valley players have scored a real all-round team effort, sharing the scoring around, everybody getting involved as Furtado drives to the basket at the other end and puts it in for the Mystics. For the screen. Davis Mpesa for 3, that's too strong. Naya with the rebound. Odemwingie kicks it to Naya for the long 2. Rolls out, but Idoru's there for the rebound. She's triple teamed out to Naya. Swings it round to Brian. Furtado back to Naya. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Trellan knocks it away. He's got Wilkes at the side of her. Wilkes against Odemwingie. Too strong. And it's Trellan that picks up the rebound out to Lucera. Round to Wilkes in the corner for 3. Again, too strong. Another rebound for Trellan. As she fights underneath the basket to put it in. And it does end in a score for Thames Valley. Ellen Trellan working really hard underneath the basket, getting that put back and eventually getting the points. Costa over to Naya underneath the basket. Can't get that one to go. The ball's loose and it's picked up by Odemwingie. Odemwingie driving all the way, puts it in, and again success. Odemwingie, a really quick player, really exciting player. Still very young, and one of the players also playing for the under-18s Mystics. It's great to see her on the court again. We see these players develop throughout the season, throughout the different teams that they play for. Odemwingie, definitely a player to watch in future. As Essie Asante comes in for Daisy Bryan from Manchester. It's a 25-point
Thames Valley lead with 2:49 to play in the fourth. So Davis M-Pesa at the free throw line. Second trip there today as the first one rolls in. The second one doesn't go, and it's Odemwingie with the rebound. And she's fouled as she runs into two Thames Valley players. Deborah Samoy checks in, and Aoife Ryan to the bench for the Cavaliers. Costa as it's stripped, it's Wilkes. Lucera underneath the basket, picked off by Asante. Asante against Wilkes, trying to find some space. Alty gets it back from Odemwingie, and it's out, but it will stay with the Mystics. And a good quarter here from Manchester, outscoring the Cavaliers 8-6. Winning the scoring battle this quarter as Naya tries to hand it over to Odemwingie, but it's out of bounds. And that's what you need to look at when you're a young team, when you're a team like this Manchester squad have as well. But currently, if you can hold on and win the quarter, you know, that's a positive that you can take out of this as you head into the next game. Thames are a very, very tough, very experienced, as I mentioned before, team. And you have to look at those wins throughout the game as an offensive foul call is made there on Thames Valley. And that is going to be on Deborah Samoy. So it's Manchester ball with just 2 minutes 3 to play. Alex Escriva checking in for Isha Naya. Naya to the bench with 3 rebounds in today's game. Oh, apologies, that's not an offensive foul call, it was a defensive foul on the Mystics. Davis M-Pesa is at the line. First and second is good. Escriva to Karina Costa. Alty in the corner. Escriva gets it back. Inside with the short floater. That's good. Take Escriva up to 7 points in the game. On with a couple of assists and a rebound. So Thames Valley inbound. It's Lucera at the end line. Into Trelan underneath the basket. Can't get it to go. Escriva's the one that comes up with it. Over to Alty, and again you see here Thames Valley still putting the pressure on. Swings it round to Costa. Out to Odemwingie for the long two, who nets it. Great basket there from Samoy. Driving, withstands the pressure. Drops it in. Escriva gets it back as she cuts the lane. It's picked off. Lucera gets the foul call. So Noemi Nucera at the line, and with just over a minute to play, Thames Valley with a 64-39 lead here. They have been led by Kat Goldsby and Robin Ainge, who have 13 points each. Nucera hits the first free throw. And the second, 2 of 2 from the line. Takes us to 3 points in the game. Trelan steals that one away. And at the other end, it's Escriva that picks it up again. Odemwingie. Costa swinging it round. Asante. Escriva calling for it. Odemwingie's got space for 3. Bounces out. Escriva with the rebound. And Costa from behind the arc. Just too strong. Nucera with a 10-second difference between the shot and game clock. She's going against Odemwingie. And we'll have a technical foul call. And that will be on Nucera. So that is going to be a free throw for the Mystics. And it will be success. Odemwingie taking the shot. Doesn't go for Odemwingie. So after the technical, we'll be back where we were. So it's Thames Valley ball from the sideline. There's 20 seconds to go in the game. There's 10 seconds on the shot clock. Knocked out, but will stay with Thames Valley. And it's a fresh 14. Nucera. Has it picked up? Odemwingie fighting for it with her, and it will be a foul on Nucera as she tried to fight for the ball, tried to get it back. So it's going to be 2 shots for the Mystics, and that will send a success. Odemwingie back to the line. And that's the 4th foul on Nucera. Goldsby will come back in as Nucera heads to the bench. So sorry, apologies. So that last foul, because of the technical foul, that is Nucera has fouled out. That's Kat Goldsby coming in to replace her. Odemwingie hits the first free throw and the second. 9.2 seconds to go. Mystics on the inbound here. Escriva into Alti. Escriva gets it back. 6 seconds. Alti. Costa's alone. Asante puts up the 3. That's too strong. With 0.3 seconds to go, it will just be a quick inbound here from Thames Valley. And at the end of the buzzer, it is Thames Valley Cavaliers 66, the Manchester Mystics 41. A huge game from the Cavaliers. They were led by captain Kat Goldsby, who had 13 points, shooting 75% from the field. She had 2 rebounds, 2 assists. And Robin Ainge, 13 points as well, hitting 4 from behind the arc. Chinua Owunze, 11 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists and 6 steals. A huge game from her, doing a bit of everything on both ends of the court, along with Ellen Trelan, who had 6 points and 13 rebounds, 8 of them offensive. And for the Mystics, leading the way, it is Irene Aboado on 8 points, and Success Odemwingie also on 8 points and 3 rebounds. And Alex Escriva, 7 points, 3 rebounds and 2 assists. So congratulations to Thames Valley. They move to 5-3 in the standings, and they will take on the Brent Bulls next Sunday on the 10th of December. And for the Manchester Mystics, you can catch them back at home on January the 7th at the Manchester Basketball Centre. So the final score from here in Manchester: Thames Valley 66, Manchester 41. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.